Hey everybody, Angel Arts here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. In our last episode, we kicked off the game and jumped right into our first mystery, which is a murder of Black Peter, or something along those
Who could
lines.
do such a thing? My poor husband.
So we're just looking around for clues here. It's a good thing that we looked around for clues before we talked to, before we spoke with her. Although, if we hadn't found those clues, then that would have narrowed down the list, and would have, if we talked to her immediately, that would have narrowed down the list a lot, and the only answer we could have given her, I'm assuming, was the pilgrimage one, which was the correct one. So,
Mr. Holmes?
am I not allowed to investigate? There's a board. There's a hole here in this thing. Isn't that important? Can't go back here. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Inspect the crime scene at Woodsman's Lee, which I'm doing right now. Baker Street. Okay. Not sure if there's anything else here that I missed.
Peter
Spectre.
Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Alright.
Mr. Holmes?
Let's take a look at the body.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Hopefully nobody
Ah,
has.
Good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Door. Examine the door lock. Scratches.
These
Yes.
scratches are fresh.
Yes. Right you are,
You're
Holmes.
right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
I guess, so he murdered him and put him into the cabin. And then they locked the cabin and he tried to come back to the scene of the crime. Which I don't know if how that makes sense, because if he really wanted to come back, the only reason why I think he would come back to the scene of the crime is if he would dispose of the body. So why didn't he just do that after he killed him? Because why, if you were going to dispose of the body, then why leaving him there in the cabin would be a big risk, because most likely he's going to be found. He's going to be found the next morning, and the police would then be involved. So why would he bother coming back to the scene of the crime? Because, like, I don't know. That's the part that I don't understand about that logic. Why come back? Okay, where's the body? Oh! Wow!
What a terrible way to die.
Oh my gosh, it must... Wow. It must smell awful in here. Shelf. Suspiciously empty space. Outline in the dust. So something
This
used to sit
place
here.
is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf.
Interesting.
An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Is it as large as a bread box, would you say? About as large as a bread box, maybe? The outline in dust on one of the carry shelves looks as if something had been recently moved. It is larger than a book, a box, or a small chest, perhaps. That's what he just said. Sperm whale tooth during his time in
Tooth
Scandinavia.
of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
So I'm wondering if he was murdered because the murderer was trying to steal something. And perhaps maybe that something was on the shelf? Maybe? It's Norway and Sweden. Oh, look! That's where David lives, where Clusiarch lives. I believe that's where Dark Elthemsby lives. And I think this is where Mistiani lives. And Dundee. Well, this is where a bunch of people live. Like Alex / the World's Minion and Awkward Templar and yeah, various other people. Hammerfest. Huh.
Hammerfest. Hammerfest.
Okay.
Dundee. It's a whaling map.
Makes sense. Whaling map. Okay. Motive.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Ah, I was gonna say, the Sea Unicorn, isn't that like a narwhal? But a sea unicorn is the actual ship, I guess. Okay.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Let's see what else we got here. There's a chest here, which I don't care about. Nets. It's the Sea Unicorn. Dundee. Okay. Apparently there's nothing that my RE glasses are spotting, so okay. Oh, okay. We can. That's cool. So when you're in, I'm gonna call it RE mode. It's not really RE mode. When you're in RE mode, there's specific things that you can spot when you are not in RE mode, and when you're not in RE mode, then there's certain things that you can spot than when you're in RE mode. So it's good to search with both ways, both carefully with your eyes and casually with your eyes. I don't know.
For hunting whales.
It's probably that looks like that was the murder weapon. That was the cause of the murder. It looks like boots. Peter Carey's boots. Are they the same
Peter Carey's
size?
boots. They look to be a size 8.
We're gonna have to compare that to what's outside.
Old
Navigation tools.
instruments. Nothing interesting.
No. The boots were definitely the thing that we wanted to use to check. Alright, table. What do we got in the table? Dirty glass, tobacco pouch, dirty glass, and a bottle.
A sailor's drink.
Makes sense.
Someone drank from this glass recently. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
It looks like he had 2 glasses out, though. So maybe the person who murdered him was the person who had the other glass, which means that maybe it was someone that he knew. I'm guessing that's why there's 2 glasses out here. Otherwise...
Someone drank from this glass recently.
Right. So 2 people. Holmes says someone drank from this glass recently. It would make sense for there to be 2 people. Tobacco pouch. Rotate the object anyway to examine it thoroughly and uncover new details. Rotate using the... This is very cool. Was something in this pouch? Tobacco.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Rotate and move the elements to form a clear picture of the aromatic associations. Tobacco leaf. Smoking pipe. Interesting. Drag. Okay. I can only drag this left and right. Not sure I understand. Am I trying to connect? I can't move it up and down. I can only move this one left and right. And this one I can only move... Rotate. Oh. That's interesting. Aha! So if I do that... That's pretty interesting. Okay. This is supposed to make a ship of some sort, I think. I think this is what I'm supposed to do? Maybe? Maybe? It looks like these things fit this way. Aha! And this fits right there. Okay, 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 I see. I think I see it. And this thing fits here. Yeah, right there. Line this up here. Line this up there. This has to be... How precise do I need to be? That way? Okay. Oh, hold on. There. And there. There we go. There we go.
This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Oh, that was kind of... Took me a while to figure out. That was pretty cool. I like that. That was really neat. Meanwhile, for the last, 15 minutes, the lieutenant or whatever his name is, the other detective is watching as I'm staring and sniffing this tobacco. Very cool. Anyway. Alright. After all that, I don't remember what the clue was. What was the clue that we figured out from that? I can't get to my casebook right now. Did I find everything? Dirty glass, bottle. Rotate the object to and thoroughly.
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
So PC isn't that just Peter? Peter Carey? I'm assuming the initials are Peter Carey. Or for Peter Carey. Pierced chest, pool of blood.
This
Peter
man
Carey's
is in his
face.
50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Yeah, so whoever it was overpowered him, or took him by surprise. Peter Carey's
Carey was
clothes.
fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise.
Hmm.
It is possible that he knew his murderer.
Right, which is why there were two glasses there.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
So it had to be someone with enough strength to force that through his chest and into the wall behind him. Because even if he stabbed... The reason why he bled out while he was still impaled on the wall. So whoever it was must have been strong enough to not only penetrate through his chest, but also embed it into the wall such that someone as strong as him could not pull himself out. Unless he just died instantly. Which is also a possibility. Sea knife. Wondering if this was the weapon that he used to defend himself.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife.
I knew it.
But he did not succeed.
Yeah, I figured that was Peter Carey's weapon. He used that to defend himself. And this notebook.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Oh, that's why he came back. Because he realized that he accidentally dropped his notebook. So maybe he fully intended to not come back. He fully intended not to come back. But then he realized, oh snap, I left something with my initials, stupidly, at the scene of the crime. So... Can I open this?
J.A.
Yeah, I know. Am I not... Apparently there's more things I need to do with it in order to take it. Can I not open it? open it. Rotate the object. How do I open this thing? Yeah, I know. I want to open it,
The pattern
Holmes.
of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Which means it probably was open, probably was the murderer. ASM TY BRS ONTI TKRANO CPR JINT KKCO LW POTQE, and there's these numbers. Abbreviations
These
and
abbreviations mean something, but what?
Not sure. Very interesting evidence. I think that's it, right? Is there anything about this that I missed? No. Find a pair of related clues and they will form a deduction. Red color signifies an unachievable clue combination. What? Find a pair of related clues and they will form a deduction. Red color signifies an unachievable clue combination. Note, no gardener. Judith Carey says that her husband took care of the garden himself. That does not sound feasible. She might be hiding something. Interesting. Notebook. A leather notebook with the initials JHN. It is stained with blood, which indicates that it was dropped into the pool of blood after the murder. That's what I think. Break-in attempts. Several unsuccessful attempts were made to break in, according to the scratches on the lock. Yeah, these two are connected because the murderer tried to come back, like I said, to pick up the evidence that he dropped. So, these two are... Draw a clear picture of the crime by forming your deductions from the combination of clues. Track down the guilty party. An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated. That's cool.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Right. This is so cool. So because of what we deduced, we were able to determine... That is really cool. From our deductions, we basically determined what our next step is. Yeah. Okay. Carries boots. I want to use these boots against... Yes, the sailor's work. Alright, before we do that, I want to use the boots. Documents, dialogues, echoes. Okay. This is so cool. I'm loving how this game is playing out. Okay. Can we cross-examine the boots with the footsteps? Carries boots. Drag them down. Too small.
These boots don't match the footprints.
So it's probably the murderers. Yes. Evidence acquired.
These footprints are...
Okay. Organize and bash ambush with Lestrade. The mysterious intruder might return tonight to finish what he has planned. Okay. The island and dust is one that appears. Cell, small box, yeah. Dialogue, perhaps. Dialogue. Okay. Is there nothing... I'm wondering, like, what is the... There's something in here. Can I really not open this?
Mr. Holmes?
I guess not. Okay. So I'm wondering if the gardener maybe is the one who... Why would she hide the fact that his gardener... Why, if he did have a gardener, why would his wife hide that? That's what I don't understand.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Yes.
Oof. You've lost me.
He'll come back.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Right.
Aha. So what do you propose?
We have to lock the door again.
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Perfect. Ooh, this is getting exciting. This is getting very exciting. So I have to put everything back the way it was. Apparently there's more things to examine about with Peter Carey, I think, because it's still... he's still white. I think.
Peter
Harpoon.
Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Alright, now he's examined everything, because it's green. That tells me that everything I can examine.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn.
Inspect Woodman's Lee completed. Is there nothing else I can do here?
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
I guess there's nothing else I can examine about that. Okay, fair enough. So...
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin. Near the window.
right. Can I talk to her about anything else? Ooh, I can talk to her about stuff. What was Peter? Was Peter a smoker? Peter's private papers.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
He hadn't smoked in a very long time, assuming she's telling the truth.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He
Right.
kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Not anymore.
Thank you, madam.
Is there nothing
Who
else?
could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Mr. Holmes?
So... I guess... Where can we... Oh, examine the window.
This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in.
It's interesting that he didn't just break the window.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Okay. Deduction space icon appears each time you find a new clue. Okay. Deduction space icon, cool. I think I'm going to, no, let's keep going. We'll keep going. We're gonna keep going. Alright, let's see what we got. This is inconspicuous. This is completely inconspicuous. Not conspicuous at all. Uh-oh.
Shh. Did you hear that?
It's a heist. Oh, who do we have here? Oh.
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Time to question this guy.
Hold it right there.
Alright.
Mr. Holmes?
Let's question this guy.
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you?
Are you the
and what
gardener?
doing here?
He's probably the
You're
gardener.
detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Then why are you...
Innocent. And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr.
I
Holmes.
don't know if this case is
You
solved
are
yet.
welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I have a feeling there's more to this mystery than meets the eye. We don't know his motive. Scotland Yard, Baker Street. Yeah. Is Scotland Yard where we're going? I'm assuming that's where we're going next. Yep. Interrogate suspect John. Examine Nelligan's belongings. Very nice. Interrogate suspect at Scotland Yard. Examine the belongings of John Copley, Nelligan in the evidence room at Scotland Yard. Very cool.
Mr. Holmes?
I feel like a private eye detective already. Hello, citizens.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Really?
Thank you.
His belongings are in the evidence room. Alright. I doubt that there's going to be anything for me to examine here in Scotland Yard, in the offices of Scotland Yard, but don't mind me, I'm just Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
As you were. This is the staff room. This is the evidence room. This is the Inspector Lestrange's office. The morgue. Ooh. And this is probably interrogation, is my guess. Alright. We're gonna go to the evidence room first. And I think we're gonna continue this in the next video, so I'm definitely enjoying this game so far. It's really neat. It's really cool how all of these, you know, little puzzles are. I enjoy puzzles, and it's really neat to try to piece all these clues together and try to figure things out before Holmes spells it out for us, essentially. And I think I've been doing a pretty decent job so far. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode, and until next time, love yourselves and love each other.